ambiance.
Fancy.
My mistakes don't own me. These battles don't control me.
Welcome back
To Useful Mistakes.
Today we have our guest, Zach. You may
Hi.
recognize him from some other videos. He's my boyfriend. We finally have the chance to interview him. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
So tell us who you are, a little bit about you.
I'm Zach from Rhode Island, Warwick, Rhode Island, born and raised.
Are you our first Rhode Islander?
Am I? That's pretty neat.
Yeah, because we haven't interviewed Nick yet.
Putting Rhodey on the map. Let's go, 401.
So you said that you're a real estate agent. Why did you choose to be a real estate agent?
I actually had no idea
Mm-hmm.
I would ever do that. I dropped out of school because my mom's mom passed away. You know, she was living in Ohio. My mom's the oldest of 5 girls, so I had to go to Ohio for like 2.5 weeks for my mom to handle all the affairs. And I was at CCRI at the time. I missed too much time. So they were like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to pass. And I was just like, you know what? I wasn't really happy doing gen eds. I didn't really know what I wanted to do.
Do you feel that like you had to go to college to know that it wasn't for you?
I mean, yes and no. College was like a lifelong dream. I wanted to go away and play baseball somewhere. That was like my dream.
Oh, I didn't know that. You wanted to be like a professional baseball player?
I mean, well,
Yeah.
yeah, but like everybody knows that's like 1 in a million kind of thing. But
It's still a
You just
dream
wanna,
like
though.
really, my
like
dream was like
college
to go away to
Yeah.
college.
I mean,
and
I have
play
crazy
pro,
dreams.
like
Yeah.
play ball for college, and so that didn't happen. I used to snowboard with this kid who is an EMT on the Warwick Fire Department,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like being a fireman, that's like a respectable career. That's something I'd be interested in. So I went through the whole course. I had to do 10 hours ride time on an ambulance to pass, and I went, and it was like a weird day. And I kind of saw some stuff that I was just like, this isn't for me. Like, I can't stomach this stuff
What'd
at
you
all.
see?
I just don't want to talk about that. It's like kind
Yeah.
of weird, but like,
Wait,
it was
what?
just like,
I never knew that.
like, I just didn't like it, and I was like, this isn't for me. I can't stomach
Well,
this
you're probably
stuff.
seeing, yeah,
oh,
like,
this is
gory
crazy.
stuff.
You know, people overdosing on drugs, dead people, blood, guts, gore. You know,
Yeah.
kids cutting themselves or
What'd you
killing themselves, and like.
Oh
What'd
my
you expect?
gosh.
You know what I mean? So like for me, I was just like, oh shit, like I just wanted to help people. You know, like for me, it was just like,
Yeah.
I thought that was like a cool thing. You know, I like to help people. And then I actually started bartending with my best friend Paul. Shout out
Mhm.
PMAC. And the goal was to get like 3 years experience and go bartend on a cruise ship because we wanted to get away. We wanted to travel. My dad actually knew somebody who worked for Royal Caribbean, and she was gonna get me and Paul to bunk together like on a ship. And we just needed 3 years experience, like I said. My dad had stage 4 pancreatic cancer and passed away at the end of 2016.
Mhm.
So
Oh, I'm so
amidst
sorry.
all of that, I ended up never asking him for that woman's contact information, and I kind of just
Yeah.
gave up on that. Like, it was hard. I was
Yeah.
like really depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was bartending at this place in Warwick. It was not good for my self-esteem,
Mhm.
for sure. Like, I felt low. I was just like laying in bed one day, and one of my good friends, his girlfriend, now fiance, his roommate in college, was like posting all these photos in Europe, and I sent her a message like, how do you do this? Like,
Mhm.
how do you live this life? You know, because like that's what I want. I wanted to get out around. I wanted to travel. But in my head, I was thinking like, it's a waste of time to even ask. Like, probably need a college degree or something. Well,
Mhm.
after like talking about possibly taking a trip through her company, 20 minutes later she messaged me and was like, better yet, how would you like to come work with me and live here in Rome? So I was like, what? No way.
Yeah.
So I had a Skype interview with her boss the next morning, got hired on the spot.
Wow, on the spot.
She was like, I've been doing interviews all day, but you know what, Zach, like you're perfect for this job. Like, don't even bother sending me the resume. Like, I want you to have this. Can you be here in the next week? And I was like, whoa, I don't even have a passport.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I got it expedited, and I moved to Rome in 13 days.
In 13 days?
It was like the first time I ever moved out of my mom's house, so it was like, and the first time I ever left the country, so it was like a lot of firsts for me. It was like really outside my comfort zone. Like
you jumped.
Yeah, it was like a full leap of faith kind of thing, and it was just incredible. I don't know, it like woke me up. It was like I got to taste that zest for life that I know I have again.
Gives you adrenaline.
Right.
Wait, how long were you there for?
It was about 5 months.
5 months.
That was kind of like when I decided that like I wanted more for my life at that point.
After seeing like what things are possible and that it's not as hard as it seems in your head, kind of.
Right, because like for me it was just like, I always said no to myself. But I always wanted more, knew I was capable of more, and like knew I was like selling myself short a little bit, but like
it's just like how do you get there?
Yeah.
And the initial like push into those types of things.
And it was like tough too, like battling all the depression and just like the events that were happening in my life, like losing my dad. And I mean, between like 3 years, I lost both my grandparents, my aunt and my dad, so it was just like a lot. And also like trying to figure out who you are and like go, you know, into early adulthood, and then to have gone and experienced that and come home and been like, I know I'm better than this, like, and it's time that I like really like do it for myself, because no one else is gonna do it for me. You get to see the rest of the world and you're like, wow, this is like,
and you see, like, you meet a lot of other people doing different things in their lives and like coming from all different places around, and you're like, whoa, like people do this.
It's so much more tangible than you really think. Like, and when you have no clue, and then you just kind of listen to people who talk about things that don't know what they're talking about, that kind of like gets in your head a little bit, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of us tend to do that. Like, we let other people's like opinions or voices get in our head and kind of keep us from doing things. But
Oh yeah. Because people always do that. You say, especially, I mean, I don't know how your family was when you said that, but like if I said that to my family, even though like when I went to places it was like a trip or whatever, there's always those voices like, oh wow, are you sure you want to do that? Like this and that, and throw in these things. And
it's like, it's funny because like my family was actually super supportive, which I was kind of shocked by, because I felt like I was abandoning them. Like to go and do this, like in that time. Right, like I'm the only brother, like 3 little sisters. She was like, no, you're going. It's funny because like a lot of friends, they're like, are you sure you want to do that? You're gonna have to live in a bunk bed. I gave up my king size for a bunk bed in Rome.
Life is meant to live.
And I partied with Post Malone, and I like met so many people. Like I said, I did so much. Like I wouldn't trade it for it. Like, give me another bunk bed. Without question.
With Post Malone?
Yeah, you can put the picture.
There's a picture? Yo, where?
There was a video, but it got deleted. My phone broke. Everything.
Oh my god, I'd be so mad. Oh wait, we were mad because that did happen.
We know.
Gone and experienced that and come home and been like, I know I'm better than this. It's time that I do it for myself, because no one else is gonna do it for me. But yeah, so I came home and I sat down with my mom, and I was just like having like a heavy discussion with her about like me, you know, like all this like growth that I experienced and everything that like I realized, and you know how I want so much more for my life. My mom is a real estate agent, so she said to me like, what about real estate? You know, like I think you'd be really good at it. She's like, you have such good people skills.
You're still helping people, and you don't have to see all the scary stuff.
Right, yeah, it's like way more my speed. I was like, you know what? This is a great idea. Like, let's give it a shot. So I went in there. I was feeling confident because I had actually put in my time to study at this point. I'm not going to pass this thing unless I get dead serious. So I did, and I passed it, and I just like, I left there and I like lost it. Like I bawled my eyes out.
Do you get the results like instantly?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So like, instantly?
So you get it like when you walk out, and I was just like, I got out there and I called my mom, and I just like cried like so hard. You know, I was hoping my dad would see that. I don't know what I believe in. I don't know what you guys believe in, but like if he's looking down on me, that he's like proud that, you know, I'm finally like taking chances on myself, and I'm finally like pushing myself to be better and to do better. And honestly, that's been like my MO since, I don't know, 24 years old. Like, just be a little bit better than I was yesterday. You know, my first year in real estate, I was doing part-time. I was driving for a limo company. That was cool, but it also took away from me being able to focus on real estate. And so my first year, I only did 1 transaction. You know, it was an accomplishment. I sold a house, and I proved to myself that like, I can actually do this. I'm capable, you know, because in my head I'm always putting myself up against like the best. And in my office at Keller Williams, I was literally with the best real estate agent in the entire country. This guy closes 600 deals a year, you know, and so I'm always thinking like, I could be like one of those guys. Like, once you get into real estate, you kind of find out that like, you just bought a business in a box, if you will. You own your own business, and now you have to figure out your finances. You have to figure out where you're gonna get customers and clients, and then actually like doing the real estate stuff. You know, it's really like a word of mouth business. Like, you know, people are gonna refer you. I didn't have that, you know, because I had no repeat business. I couldn't reach out to anybody, so I was like just trying to tell my friends, like, and you know, it sucks is like, you want so hard for people to see you for who you are now, not who you were. And I struggled with that because I feel like a lot of people didn't take me seriously, even though I was taking myself very seriously, and I'd done so much to change myself and to grow. I also felt like I wasn't in the right environment. Like, you know, everybody at Keller Williams was very nice, but it just didn't feel right for me. I actually reached out to somebody I had met at a networking event. He had kind of stayed in my corner and took an interest in my success, if you will. So I reached out to him, I asked him to grab coffee, and I was like, hey, you know, I wanted to know if we could be in business together. He was like, this is exciting. He's like, it hasn't. Yeah, no, maybe that was his plan, but I don't know. Like, I think he was just being super genuine.
So he was like your partner then, or?
No, he's my broker now. So now I'm with HomeSmart Real Estate Professionals. Fire. Since joining HomeSmart, it really like has been all the difference for me. We're coming in on 11 months I've been with them, and obviously battled the pandemic, but this year I've closed 5 since July, since I kind of went back to work. So
that's like quite the difference from last year.
Right. You know, it really did like allow me to kind of spread my wings a little bit, and then like feel confident enough to fly on my own, and if I needed help, I could ask for it and get help. And since then, I've actually brought my mom over to HomeSmart. You know, maybe in the future we'd like to be a team, but right now I'm kind of just trying to build myself, build my brand. It's been quite the wild ride, I suppose, but you know, looking at myself today to where I was even 3 years ago, it's like night and day.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, I feel like I have. And you know, I feel like I'm just getting started at the same time. It's really exciting now because, you know, I feel like I have something to work towards, and I'm focused on something, and I, you know, can get better at it and master it, and you know, hone my craft to the point where, you know, the sky's the limit. Just every single person you come in contact with is different, and it's exciting. I really get to help people, and that makes me so happy. Like, I want to like give back to the community. I want to give back to just the world. Like, I want to leave it a better place than I found it. This is a way I get to do that. You sit down with these people and you get to know them, and me personally anyways, like I like connect with them, ask them what their goals are, and then those goals become my goals.
Wow, I never looked at it like that. I always like such a different view on real estate agents.
Oh yeah.
I feel bad now, but I've always looked at real estate agents like car salesmen.
You know, you do see those people who just want to sell the house and that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, how you are too, you wouldn't be able to do that because you're just like so emotional, and you like just invest yourself into everyone.
Well, I do. I just like I care so much. Like I really do.
Like after all your transactions, you write some letters. Like, I helped them out. Like I made a great impression. Like I just feel so proud of myself and happy to help someone else.
To come in and like not know them, just be a stranger off the street, to go through the entire process, and to get them to the closing table, you know, dealing with all the bumps in the roads and the obstacles that you like pop up and come up. Create like some sort of relationship. And one of my clients, I gave her a little congratulations gift basket. She gives me a hug and she says like, you know, I feel like I'm losing a friend. And it's like, that's what makes me cry. Like, that's what makes me like tear up and get emotional, because like you're so kind and you genuinely care, and it shows. You're gonna succeed in this business, and I know you will. Please stay in contact with me. Like, I want to text with you. Like, I want to know when you get married and have kids.
Oh my
gosh! And, like, you know, and it's that's like really so like to me, it's like that's the stuff that gets me. Like,
that would get me.
I didn't know this woman 90 days ago.
Yeah.
To get a feedback like that, who I am as a person is shining through my business, and I'm able to, you know, cultivate that culture to be true to who I am while also being professional at my job. I really am where I should be, where I want to be.
So what advice would you give other people struggling to find themselves?
You know, I think for me, it was like really just trying stuff. I had gone to community college, and then I tried EMT, and I tried bartending, and I was gonna go work on a cruise ship. Ended up living in Rome, as a tour guide, and I started trying things and finding myself in different things and figuring out what I want out of life. It's kind of like in a relationship. Like, you date somebody and then it doesn't work out and you come out of it and you learn like, well, I deserve much better than that.
Yeah.
Or like, whatever. Yeah. Like,
true. It's going to be something you're with for a long time.
I want to travel. Like, I want to eat food I wouldn't eat here and, see things I don't see here every day and just explore and expand and culture myself. And I want that to be a reality for me. Whatever it is that you want for yourself, like figure that out and try and pinpoint like what works best for you, like what makes you happy. Like try and keep doing stuff until something clicks and you actually are
never
like
too old.
Like for real, like really just don't give up on yourself and fail forward, right? Nothing is ever like a failure. You learn something valuable from the experience. And that's life in a nutshell to me.
It's not a failure, it's a lesson.
It really is. And like,
it's a useful mistake.
It's a useful mistake!
True that. Hell yeah. We all put so much pressure on ourselves and so much expectations. Nothing's ever going to go the way you expect it to.
So thank you for coming here today and talking about all your experiences, sharing that with us.
Yeah, no, it was great. Awesome.
Sharing with us your useful mistake. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Alright, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Peace. Why did I do that?
Bye. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Talking about
are we filming this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, let's try that again. Sorry, I didn't know.